All right, shalom, Most High in Christ. Bless, happy Sabbath to everybody tuning in. All praises to the Most High in Christ. All right, we back again at another Sabbath. You know, the consensus of the world right now, everybody seems to be in disarray. Everybody seems to be in different states of minds, and you have riots and protests and all kind of stuff going on all across the globe. You folks got to realize, we keep saying that you're still living in biblical times. You're still living in biblical times. And this is only really the beginning of sorrows. If you haven't watched that video, go back and watch it, all right? Because what's happening is the Most High is setting forth judgment upon the face of the earth. People's minds, their spirits are changing because the skirt is being lifted up on how his people has been treated. Now, his people, which you might be ignorant of if you have never watched us, his people are you so-called blacks, you so-called Hispanics, whose fathers are of Negroid and Indian descent, the children of the slaves, the children who are being killed in the streets month after month, week after week. All right, all over the place, in all over the earth. All right, why? Because we were disobedient to God's commandments. We were banished out of our own. We had our own land, our own language. All right, we had our own customs. We had our own feast days. We had all kind of things set up. All right, for our nation, but we wanted to follow the other nations, and as a result of that, we were seized into captivity. All right. Lastly, being 70 AD, scattered throughout the rest of the four corners of the earth, all right, with the other Israelites who had got scattered previously. So it seemed like there's a pattern forming. When we read in the Bible, the Israelites sins against God, God's punishment is to put them in subjection, hard bondage, or oppression into another nation. Now, that has happened, okay? Whether somebody believe that the black and Hispanics are the Israelites or not, the facts remain in reality that we're still getting killed and still getting hunted, all right, by serial killers who you may call the police, you may call them cops, you may say the so-called white man, because when you start to look back, who's killing us the most within the police force? I mean, who got the most bodies? It's really sad. Now, tonight's topic, pay attention, the bitter complaint. What's required for change? You see it, the woman screaming at the police. The police can't do nothing. They're grunt workers. They're taskmasters. They're doing what they're taught to do. They're doing what they're told to do. Didn't Donald Trump go out there and tell them to move those people over there? What did the police do? Little worker drones came out, tear gas, same modus operandi, tear gas, billy clubs. Nobody's paying attention to it. But then the people are acting like it's some kind of new thing or something that's recently now it done reached to a high point when this has been happening for 500 plus years in this country. Somebody might be ignorant. 500 years? We only been in 400 years. Shut up. The so-called white man came over here in the late 1400s and raped, robbed, pillaged, and plundered who you would call the Native American Indians or the Indians, but that word means savage. And let me say this, for you folks that hate truth and you love America, please just do something else today. Take your car, drive it 100 miles per hour into a brick wall or something. Nobody caring about what you're thinking at this point because you are a part of the problem. You are part of the problem. You have zero rights to complain. Zero. You can't complain about anything. All right? And the reason why is because you want to be like America. You want to live how this place says to live. over what God says. Now, let's go to 1 Maccabees chapter 3. We're going to go show y'all some clips and everything tonight. Thank y'all for being patient. Of course, everything is on the Most High's timing. All right. And for you folks that are tuning in on the Uber, I don't know what they did. They hijacked our Uber page as usual. All right. Just like they did the website and everything else. But anyway, all praises to the Most High. These devils will never stop the movement. It's too late. As you can see, all the things are starting to happen. I was watching a live video about 30 minutes ago. They were doing some of the, this is crazy. We're going to show it to y'all. But read that first. 1 Maccabees chapter 3 and start at verse 45. Mm-hmm.
All right, shalom, Most High Christ, bless, happy Sabbath to all. 1 Maccabees chapter 3 and verse 45.
Uh-huh.
Now Jerusalem lay void as a wilderness.
Now Jerusalem lay void as a wilderness. Does that mean no people is there? We're going to find out. Come on.
There was none of her children.
That's what it means to be void. None of her children. Her children, meaning the Israelites, supposed to be in Jerusalem. But Jerusalem was laying void at this time as well. Watch. Come on.
That went in or out.
Uh-huh.
The sanctuary also was trodden down.
The sanctuary was trodden down. Come on.
And aliens.
And who?
And aliens.
And aliens. People who don't belong there. People who are not native to Jerusalem. Come on.
Kept the stronghold.
Kept the stronghold. They was the ones that was leading things in Jerusalem. That's backwards. Come on.
The heathen.
The who?
The heathen.
The heathen. Come on.
Had their habitation.
Come on.
In that place. And joy was taken from Jacob.
And joy was taken from Jacob. So obviously this is 137 plus years before Christ come. How is the heathens able to take God's temple, the sanctuary, defile it, do all kind of things, and then all of a sudden God said, I ain't worried about that. You can kill my people and everything. I'm going to send Christ, and then he's gonna wipe out everything y'all did. But yet, Israel, you still going into captivity. It does not make sense. That's why a lot of you folks, when you look at the Bible, what you should do is, you folks who are not in the truth, well, what you can do is you take a highlighted, one of those paint markers,
Right.
Turn your Bible, if you have one, turn your Bible to the front, and I want you to write comic book on it. Put comic book on it, because you're clearly not believing in reality. You're not believing in this book, because you have been fed lies by the same people who are killing you. They hate us for saying this, but we don't care. The Lord said we were going to be hated. We actually love it.
Exactly.
All your hate mail, everything that we're getting, we're not even responding to it. All right? We're not responding. We're going to continue to tell our people the truth, to get their minds out of Black Lives Matter, get their minds out of democracy, politics, all right? Get their minds out of Babylon the Great, America, the world. Read on.
1 Maccabees, chapter 3, verse 45.
Come on.
Now Jerusalem lay void as a wilderness. There was none of her children that went in or out.
Come on.
The sanctuary also was trodden down, and aliens kept the stronghold. The heathen had their habitation in their place.
Come on.
And joy was taken from Jacob, and the pipe with the harp ceased.
So our pageantries, the different things, the joy, you don't realize joy, because a lot of us, when we came up, you were celebrating 4th of July. You thought joy was popping firecrackers with your family. They made hamburgers, hot dogs.
Right.
The hot dogs might have been pork hot dogs. All right. They gave you little, chips, Kool-Aid. And you went out and you thought, wow, we had a great time.
Right.
This is joy. Meanwhile, on the other side of the road, in the other side of town, other people, it wasn't your turn yet. Other people was feeling the oppression, getting killed, and feeling the sadness. And it's just been circling around. You don't realize it. If the Lord don't return, you may be next. It's a strong possibility that somebody in your family, it might be you, may be next to be put on a TV. Now, let's get y'all some news. In this little span of time, we done had two black men not far from each other. We had more sisters hung from trees. We're going to show y'all the clip. Watch this. Yep. Go right to the clip. Now, listen to this. The people who, because you're going to get this, y'all are trying to help. You folks that know the truth and believe in this, you're trying to help people. Let the ignorant be ignorant. If anybody be ignorant, let them be ignorant. They may be next. You love them to death. Everybody's praying for their family members. But they may be next because they're ignorant and they're part of the problem. They don't want to repent. They don't want to see, oh, you know what? I need to keep what God says. I need to do what God says. And then they have the audacity to complain. They don't see what's happening. Leave them alone. Dust your feet. Let them go do whatever they're doing. All right. Let them stay ignorant because that's what they are. The Bible said that they're ignorant. They don't realize it. They can't see things are happening over and over again. God keeps showing us. And they bypassing it. Run it. The black man that was hanged. Come on.
The bodies of Robert Fuller and Malcolm Harsh were discovered hanging from trees in two public venues, 10 days and 50 miles apart, though police say neither death appears to be connected or shows any indication of foul play. Tonight, their shocking deaths are leading to calls for the state attorney general to investigate.
We've been hearing one thing, then we hear another. And we just want to know the truth.
24-year-old Robert Fuller's body was discovered hanging from a tree in a park near Palmdale City Hall. The L.A. County Sheriff's Office first saying the scene appeared to be a suicide, then today deferring the official cause of death. Investigators will now examine the rope and knot to see how it was tied.
And it is our interest to make sure that we leave no rock unturned.
It comes as protesters demand an independent probe and a homicide investigation.
We want truth, we want answers, we demand answers now.
When authorities found Malcolm Harsh's body hanging near a local library and homeless encampment in Victorville, they indicated no signs of foul play. The cause of death still pending, but Harsh's family says this was not a suicide.
I couldn't believe it because I had talked to him a few nights before, and we had made plans to see each other.
The Harsh family also noted the current racial tension and protest in this country, adding the death of a black man found hanging from a tree does not sit well or make sense.
Excuse me?
Tonight,
hold on. Play it again. Play it.
California's Attorney General and the FBI getting involved, looking into the death of two black men, raising questions across the country. Miguel Almaguer, NBC News, Los Angeles.
So this is the point. All right. Brothers are under attack. Our people are under attack. And we have three different schools of minds, schools of thoughts that's happening. The first school of thought is let's march, let's form unity. We are tired of this. Okay. The second mind is that, we need to somehow change some type of laws in this land to try to benefit us. Somebody go, yes, unity. We get unity. We change laws, and then you have the third school of mind. This is in the world of we need to be militant. We need to militarize ourselves. We need to, if they keep killing us, we're going to have to start defending ourselves. All right. We're going to have to start actually making sure that we're looking out for each other. All right. And everybody's on a thumbs up. They're not realizing that all of this is happening according to thus saith the Lord God. You're not going to be able to run or hide. And this is why. You're living in a society. Listen carefully. If you don't like what we're saying, we don't care. You're living in a society that right now does not have a lot of compassion, especially for black men, but for the black people. Not a lot of compassion is there. So the people are rising up behind that, saying we care, Black Lives Matter. But the system itself still holds the same ideologies. Then you couple that with not keeping God's commandments. So you're not keeping God's commandments, and then they don't have compassion. It's a recipe for death. How does that work? Well, let's just take the young man. We was talking about it the other day. If you are sober-minded, like the Bible says in Titus 2:6, young man, you have to be sober-minded. You have to be clear-minded. Proverbs 20, wine is a mocker. Strong drink rages. Don't do it. Make sure you're not doing drugs and going out, because what's happening is you fall asleep in the parking lot, in the drive-thru. Now the folks coming fool with you. If you was just keeping that one law, if he kept that, he would not be in that situation right there. You can go back to all of our examples and see how the laws can keep you safe. You render unto Caesar, you can't live like that. Put in the comment boards. I asked the question. We're gonna send everybody into a firestorm right now. Watch this. Is it against God's law? Is it against this book for you to print up some fake $100 bills? You in your garage, you print up all $100 bills you want, millions of dollars. You going out and spend it. Is that against what God? Is that against God? Put it in the comment boards. But to set everybody on fire right now, is that against God? You just gonna print up money and then go ahead on and spend it and do everything you want? Now, some of y'all put in the comment boards. We'll see what y'all saying. But here's the point. The reason why a lot of our people is in disarray, and you have a lot of people even that you tag in this going, don't tag me. I don't want to see this. They want to stop the ears up because they got the spirit of Satan upon them. Let's just talk about it and be honest. They have the devil on them. Because if you don't, obviously, everybody going to be like, they love God. But in all actuality, how much do you really say you love them if you don't even understand commandment 1? All right. And the reason why you don't understand commandment is because you caught up in the American ideology, which puts us against each other. We become your enemy because we telling you the truth. Now watch this, Cornel West. We showed it last week, how Fox News doing it. Now we're going to continue to show this. We're going to show y'all this clip. Pay attention. Watch what happens. Now, pull that clip up. Him and Leo Terrell, which is embarrassing. This is embarrassing for the nation. All right. They're representing, they might not even be the nation. They're representing us. And then this racist guy, Sean Hannity, comes on there, and he's going to put them both on there to exploit us. All right, let's see.
We have civil rights attorney Leo Terrell, along with the co-host of the Tightrope podcast, professor at the ever-prestigious Harvard University, Dr. Cornel West. Every liberal big city, Chicago, run decades by Democrats. They've allowed the violence, and they have failed our American children with the most horrific schools in the country.
Goes to the police. They don't have enough housing. They don't have enough education, and they certainly don't have enough jobs with a living wage. That's under Rahm Emanuel. Now, I'm no fan of Rahm Emanuel, but I'm certainly no supporter, as you know, of you and your good friend, Brother Trump himself.
Why did he not fix the violence?
But I'm going to in the name of truth.
Okay, Leo, why didn't he fix the violence? Why haven't they fixed our broken school systems? We have failed America's children.
You know, Sean, you asked Dr. Cornell West the type of question you asked in a court of law. He won't answer them because he's just giving you old talking points. I'll speak to you, Dr. Cornell West, black man to black man. There's looting going on, and you try to conflate. No, it's my turn. It's my turn. You try to conflate protesting and police misconduct. And shame on you. And you're absolutely wrong. You won't address the issue. You will refuse to address the issue because I'm talking to you. You're not my brother. You're not my brother. You are hurting black people by having this position.
Pause. Do you see that? You're not my brother. You're not my brother.
But you know, Satan loves that. If you notice, the white man is very divisive. He loves to see us divide and conquer each other, and it's always working because it's the Willie Lynch syndrome back in the day. He knows exactly how to use different ideologies to have our people fighting against each other. It trips me out because every facet of society, whether even it's sports commentators or whatever the case may be, they do the same thing what these two brothers are doing.
They couldn't hear the video. Go back to it and just it might be just low, but play it. We'll post the link. Yeah.
He's the wrong position. That's it. No, my brother. That stuff plays out. That plays out. Address the question. Do you? Oh my gosh! You have lost control. You're a dinosaur. You're an outright dinosaur. You have lost it, sir. I'm not part of your group. I'm not part of your group. You have lost it. You are a dinosaur. And you know what? He's fighting the police. You are wrong. You are wrong, my friend. No, I don't think so. Because your position is so way off. I will not respect you.
No, you come out of the block disrespecting people. Yeah, you disrespect me the day that Brother Floyd is fighting. Who do you think you are?
That does not work on me. That does not work on me. You're my brother. Keep saying that. It's all talking points. Old talking points. Those are old talking points.
Hang on, guys. Leo, give me a second. Guys, all right, everybody's mic'd out. Hang on. Guys, one at a time. Cornell West.
Pause.
Go to Leo. Cornell.
Pause. Here come Esau coming back in there, and they're gonna listen to him.
Right.
They can't listen to each other.
Right.
They can't listen to each other.
Yes.
But he gonna come in there and calm them down like they children.
That's what I'm about to say. It's funny, brother. I'm about to say the same exact. You got one brother that is a professor. You got another brother, I don't know what his position is.
Supposed to be learned men. He gonna say it.
These supposed to be learned men, and they're arguing like people in the streets. That you know, because at one, you know, you can't even dialogue, and that's on every facet. And think about these brothers supposed to have the intelligence, but look at how the example's being set for brothers even in the streets.
Well, when we're in the streets, we tell brothers, men deal in order and respect, but we get this same energy on the streets because we're trying to tell our people the truth, and they're so hard-headed. So what you have right there is you have that guy Leo, and you have Dr. Cornell West there, that he's saying that there's some system problems going on, and the other guy is saying that no, it's politics. So that's what we're trying to show y'all. Now watch, listen to what they say. I don't know if y'all can hear it good enough, but try to listen. Raise your TVs up or your phones or whatnot. Come on.
You're up.
Not on this day. Not when Floyd Jr. put in the grave. No,
Leo?
Okay, I'll wait. Okay, thank you. Can I just, you know what? You asked him a very simple question. He won't say he's against defunding the police because you know what? He's in favor of defunding the police. I'm opposed to it. And this man is a dinosaur. We have to protect our community, our black community. And you know why Professor West and I are on this program? Because we have education. We have to improve education.
Let me go back to...
Pause. He said we have education. So that goes to show you folks, you can learn anything you want. You can even learn this truth. But if you're ignorant, and you don't understand how to control your spirit, and you don't understand how to treat each other with respect, then this is what always happens. And this plays out in all of our communities Wherever we've been at,
Yep.
it plays out because you always have black men who want to stand up for oppression.
It also shows you hatred for each other too.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just gonna call it for what I see, because obviously you got two grown men, two older black men, and you can't even as much as dialogue as brothers, and you're going at each other like y'all ready to kill each other. I'm pretty sure if they was in a room together, who to say they probably wouldn't the way they're carrying on. I'm thinking about something like, you just said you're educational, but you just proven that, like you said, for some odd reason, these brothers, man, it's sad.
Let's go back to 1 Maccabees chapter 3, and let's read verse 46. Sad.
It is too. 2 Maccabees chapter 3 and verse 46. Wherefore the Israelites assembled themselves together,
Gathered themselves together. Come on.
and came to Masphah over against Jerusalem. For in Masphah was the place where they prayed aforetime in Israel.
Now, you know what's funny about that? When you remove a person from their home, and you remove a whole nation is just removed from where they're at. You don't have nothing to put forth memory to. Like, our remembrance is slavery right now. But when you have a great heritage and you knew, hey, this is where aforetime that God intervened and helped us out, that helps a nation of people.
It comforts you.
It'll comfort them. You don't have that right now. Yep. You don't, because you can't say the church is doing that. They mad at us right now. I done got probably like at least a good 300 to 400 emails in regards to stop talking about the pastors and the pastors doing good work.
Excuse me?
But you ask any brother that's out on the streets, where they at? Where they at? Where they at on the streets? All right? This is the game that people play. People play these games, and it's behind religion. If you folks are still in the religious mind state, you're finished. I don't care if you call yourself Baptist, Pentecostal, Jehovah's Witness. Yeah, I said it. Go do something with yourself. You know, all of these religions are tired. They're the reason and the cause for our people not forming unity together underneath God laws. God laws is going to keep us safe. All right. We see that in every example known to man right now. All them examples they protesting for, all those names on the picket signs around those monuments, all of those examples, every single one of them. Yes, if they were keeping God's laws, it wouldn't have happened. I'll challenge anybody on that.
Well, the very Bible that we have, and when you go to the scriptures where they took out of it systematically, it clearly tells you, it gives you an ultimatum. You know, if this is the book of the Lord, if you keep it, you should live, and if you leave it, you should die.
Simple.
It's just that simple. And like you said, we follow these basic principles of the laws. It's going to teach us how to even deal with each other.
Well, look at the Breonna Taylor. They bust in her house, right?
Right.
The reason why they bust in her house is because somebody was going into that house who was actually dealing drugs. So if you follow the scriptures, you're supposed to separate yourself for somebody that's opposite to God's laws. You know somebody do. Some of y'all got people right now that you know that's selling drugs. Yep. You just in league with them. They coming in and out of your house. Guess what? The police could be surveilling you. They could go in your house next.
Yep. Yes, they can.
And grandma know, papa know, Uncle Charlie know, everybody know. That boy out there selling drugs and doing all kind of other stuff. And don't say nothing. Judgment can fall upon you. Okay? You look at all of the examples, and the examples go all the way down the list. From us being able to take care of our elderly, from to take care of the children, to build the family, everything comes right back to this book. And if we're not doing it, that's the reason why you see all the distress in there. But guess what? People are returning back to this. And now you're going to start seeing it. People are turning back. What the Most High is doing is causing grave oppression to happen and to be seen throughout the whole earth. And now you have no choice but to go, well, I guess that's true. If you know, such and such didn't go and try to sell cigarettes, he might be alive. If somebody didn't go in the store and steal and do all this, the police wouldn't have been called. It would have been alive. If the boy wouldn't have went to the club and then got drunk and came back, he'll be alive. All of these principles that you keep looking at, what ifs, It's in the Bible called law, statutes, and commandments. Let's read on.
First Maccabees, chapter 3, and verse 47. Then they fasted that day, and put on sackcloth, and cast ashes upon their heads, and rent their clothes, and laid open the book of the law, wherein the heathen had sought to paint the likeness of their images.
So that's the same we're doing today. You opening up the Bible, the book of the law, and when some of you open up the Bible, all you can see is the so-called white man.
Yep.
And you dream about it and you glorify it, all right, because you're in Christianity. But they laid open the book of the law and painted their images in there. Sound familiar?
Mm-hmm.
But at least the Israelites had enough sense to gather together back then,
Yep.
come together and open up the law. Period. So why aren't we coming together? We say we believe in God. We looking for solutions. Why aren't we coming together, returning back and saying, let's look at God's laws for a second. Let's examine this. They don't like that. That's the problem. The woman, she don't want to fall in order. God says to be in order, she don't want that.
Right.
So she going to hate this. The man, he likes having less responsibility. He's not going to want to fall in line with this.
Right.
The other nations want to be on top. They can't fall in line with this because this says the Israelites are on top. So you living in a world right now that is against God. Don't you think judgment is coming? We just read the other night when you read in the book of Job, he said, leave me in the spirit world when you come back.
I know that's right.
Leave me dead. You come back, leave me in. I don't even want to be on the earth.
Habakkuk said the same
thing.
Habakkuk said, hey, my stomach turned. He was like, hey, I want to be rest. He want to be in the spirit world when that day comes.
Yeah, leave him. He said, leave me in a grave. It's you don't realize what's coming to the earth. And you're just seeing it turn up and turn up and turn up.
That's right.
Read on.
Verse 49. They brought also the priest's garments and the first fruits.
And they brung the priest's garments. For us, today that translates into us who you need the righteous men to return to show integrity and bring those first fruits. Bring those fruits of the spirit to our people to show, hey, this is the light right here. All right? And bring the cares. Because that's only we have to come together. Come on.
And the tithes.
Bringing the money, because our people hate you love the so-called white man money, but when it's time to come together, you'll give him money all day.
Yep.
But when it's time to come together and say, let's build something, no. You want to know a power move? People keep sending these things out talking about let's boycott and all this other. You want to know a power move? Stop buying and selling on the Sabbath.
Yep.
The money that you would buy and sell Friday night to Saturday night, take that and hold it for when we make a power move and say, all right, mount up. We're going to build a hospital. We're going to build a town center.
Or better yet, we're going to establish our own bank. Where we establish our own bank, then we can start giving our people loans, and then we can build up our neighborhoods. Because understand something. One thing we do know is at one time we did have black banks. And it's funny because there's a movie called The Banker, which is a good movie. And it shows you that at one time we had that type of understanding. But when you don't have the scriptures, you don't have the commandments, it's always going to fail.
It's going to fail because the inscriptions on it is the so-called white man's inscriptions. So you have to actually do things by his laws and by his books. And we don't like to do it. Barely like to do anything for as the Most High says. So how he going to you hate doing what he says. How he going to prosper you on a whole nother level to make an impact and a change? See, individually not working no more. Don't you see all the people at the top? They scared, saying, oh, I don't know what to do. I'm not a leader. I don't know what to do. You want to know why people are scared to step up? Let's just be honest and talk about it. People are scared to step up because they're scared to be assassinated.
That's right.
Every time one of our people step up and start to lead and start to make a global impact, the so-called white man come in, snap, snipe him off. Done.
Or he'll use one of our own.
That's who he uses. All the time.
Because you know how our people are. We have our people, like you said, we ignorant. We have no integrity. They'll do anything for $1.
Yeah, but stop being scared. Stop being scared. At the end of the day, if you believe in a higher power, you fear no evil. Fear no evil, man. You're supposed to understand that instantaneously when you come in the truth. But that's the point. The righteous is bold as lions. Right. We know the Most High. The Most High is the one in control of all things. All things. All right. Your spirit get called back home. The Most High wanted you to be called back home. Right. Just like all of these incidents that's happening. That's the Most High is the one doing that. That's right. Okay. People don't even realize it, but it's to show us, the people who will repent. Hey, I warned them. I told them. Read on.
First Maccabees chapter 3 verse 49. They brought also the priest's garments and the first fruits and the tithes and the Nazarites they stirred up, who had accomplished their days.
And the Nazarites, all right? People was setting themselves aside for God, just like you say that Paul is against the law, but yet when you read in Acts 21, he took the vow of a Nazarite. How's that possible? And that's in the law.
Exactly.
All right? So how is that possible for him to be talking, against the law, but yet doing the law? That will make him a hypocrite. That's why you got to come out of the Christian mind state, all right? In the Christianity sense. Because what's happening in Christianity is people are being, all those people who got killed believed in Christianity. Yep, that's true. The man walked in that church, shot those folks up, they was believing in Christianity. Yep. Read on.
Verse 50. Then cried they with a loud voice toward heaven, saying, what shall we do with these? And whither shall we carry them away? For thy sanctuary is trodden down and profane, and thy priests are in heaviness and brought low.
And brought low, come on.
Verse 52. And lo, the heathen are assembled together against us to destroy us.
Come on.
What things they imagine against us,
thou knowest. So just because you see people going this wrong, anybody can say something is wrong. But when it's time to put us in our rightful place, will they do it? When it's time to say, hey, no, all of these slaves that y'all took, they came from somewhere. We need to restore them back to where they came from. Ain't nothing's going to go right. Ain't nothing's going to work. It's going to keep getting worse and worse. That's why the Lord has to return. Come on.
Verse 53. How shall we be able to stand against them? Except thou, O God, be our help.
How shall we be able to stand against them except thou, O God, be our help? And the only way the Most High is helping you is if you following commandments in spirit and in truth in the faith of Christ. The end. All right? It's not going to work. Now I'm going to show y'all another clip. This is how you know things is happening. The FedEx worker guy. I don't know if y'all seen this. They having their little marches. Watch what happens. Pay attention. We're gonna show y'all a series of clips right now.
Boy, maybe it's just we're noticing now, but there has been shocking video. There's been shocking video after shocking video of racism, just brutal, awful racism. And there's a new one.
And I gotta say, at a point, maybe it's not shocking. And this is the reality of life in America. And now there's a spotlight on it. This time in New Jersey, where there was a Black Lives Matter protest going on, a march, peaceful march on Monday. And there were some people on the sidelines, on the sidewalk, in their driveways, and this guy is the one getting all the attention.
Pause.
And the brother said it perfectly. He said, it's not shocking because it's just have a spotlight on it. Yes, they always been feeling like that. So it goes to show you that these people are playing their parts. They are who they are.
The man is in a protest. He's kneeling on a person's neck right there. FedEx fired him because FedEx is afraid. See, get him off of there, man. Dude looks stupid. You got FedEx fired him. But you have to realize something about America and about the merchants. We don't produce anything. We have to buy. We have to use these folks. All right. What did that show you? That we're commodities. You don't mess my money up. We're gonna get behind you. That's why Facebook and other social medias, they're turning their icons black, talking about we're in support of Black lives. They're canceling Aunt Jemima. You know the stuff with the lady, Uncle Ben's, Miss Butterworth. Man, all these things we brung out all of this stuff. If you go back to previous classes, the MGM, the different movie companies, the Tom and Jerry, all the stuff, we brung it out. Say, look at what they're doing. They're spiting and spitting on your face. Scorners delighting in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge. So now we brung it out, but now you see it's affecting moolah. So, they might be getting wise. Somehow social media is bringing folks together. We can capitalize off this. While we got all the white people saying that we need to listen, and we got all the consumers, they don't own nothing. Let's capitalize off this and put our stamp on it. And yeah, now everybody's looking like, oh, everyone's doing the right thing. You know, the live video. So go back to that live. Go to that live video real quick. You know, yeah, you remember? This is today. This is happening today. This is happening right now. I believe it was in North Carolina, Raleigh, I believe. Yeah. So put that video on. I'm gonna show y'all just a little glimpse. This is how you know kingdoms is falling. Watch this. This is in what? Raleigh, North Carolina. Okay, go ahead. Yeah. They tone it down. They hot. Okay, fast forward them. Go to the other. Look. They still doing it. They get the other side. Check it out, y'all. Yeah, it's a national holiday. Look. Fast forward. Keep going. Look. Oh, everybody cheering and go to the other one. Look at the pause right there. Look at this. They just everybody happy. They destroying their own heritage. All right, come on. Look at this. So they dragged that a half a block down the street. Yeah, look what they doing. Hello. Pause. There you go. They took the statue, knocked it down, put the noose around his neck, and put it up in the air. My God.
Where's those militia people at now?
My goodness.
Because that's supposed to be their heritage. Why they ain't see that's what's blowing my mind, because Esau's doing this. Could you imagine if they would lock us up and we did some crap like that? Quick.
Let's go to Psalms chapter 144 and verse 10. So people are in disarray. As you can see, this is still happening. This is live. That we showed y'all that was 40 minutes ago. It's live right now, and this is happening in all the parts where all y'all folks are at. And different Confederate outfits are put up. But the point is, they're tearing down that, but when are they going to tear down the same foundation that was built, which is Christianity? When are they going to tear that down? All right, it's only a matter of time. Christianity is losing. That's why you brothers, man, don't even debate, don't argue, it don't make no sense. Anybody trying to argue what God says right now is a fool. You want to argue about the virgin birth. You want to argue about all kind of other things when we should be talking about what's going to separate everybody is the laws. Those who understand the laws are going to return back to it. You hear Christ, you're going to return back. Those folks who don't, they're going to stay in the world. All right? Hoping and screaming and complaining and everything. Watch this. Psalms chapter 144 and verse 10.
The book of Psalms, chapter 144 and verse 10.
Come on.
It is he that giveth salvation unto kings, who delivereth David his servant from the hurtful sword.
The Most High did that. Come on.
Rid me and deliver me from the hand of strange children.
From the who?
Strange children.
Deliver me from the hand of strange children. Come on.
Whose mouth speaketh vanity, and their right hand is a right hand of falsehood.
What he called the right hand?
A right hand of falsehood.
You just looking at this, but at the end of the day, what is it to restore us back to our rightful place? That's right. Everybody want unity, but you can't. Anybody gonna want unity when you on top.
That's right.
Come on.
Verse 12, that our sons may be as plants grown up in their youth.
That ain't happening a lot. You so nervous. If you have children right now, you don't know if they go out, you don't know if they coming back.
Exactly.
Come on.
That our daughters may be as cornerstones, polished after the similitude of a palace.
And our daughters may be as cornerstones, polished after the similitude of a palace. Is that happening now? You have the older women, shame on you older women who are in this world, and you're not teaching the daughters virtuous principles. That's right. You're not doing that. You're teaching them the ways of the world instead of teaching them how to be a godly woman. That's not good. That's why when you see a real Israelite woman that's in order, she shines beyond measure. If we do that topic, it's so silent that we would have to point out in between the scriptures so that you can see how powerful the Israelite woman is.
That's right.
No, she ain't trying to live like the other nations. She's doing thus saith the Lord, and she cares for her people. Come on.
Verse 13, that our garners may be full, affording all manner of store, that our sheep may bring forth thousands and 10,000s in our streets.
In our streets, come on.
That our oxen may be strong to labor, that there be no breaking in, nor going out.
No going out, come on.
That there be no complaining in our streets.
That there be no what?
No complaining in our streets.
That there be no complaining in our streets. That's not happening here.
Nope.
You're seeing complaining all over the whole globe in the streets. But what's happening? Is anything what is changing? Since George Floyd that has happened, what has changed?
Because let's take government, for example. I'm going to make a statement. Okay, we just, the elder just said that the police officers are grunts, right? Let's look at the whole level. They are law enforcement officers. They don't make laws. Congress make laws. Okay, let's look at the top. The executive is that joker up in the White House. He's the executive spot. Then you have the Supreme Court, the judicial system, which has historically always been against us, right? So that's one thing. Then you have the legislature, which is the people that make the laws, which is the Congress. They're the ones that make policy that can actually make change. But has anything changed with them? No. All people are doing is just marching, tearing down statues, and having a great old time. But meanwhile, those older Edomite men, they're not budging on their policies. So that's what you have to look at. Are they going to change policies so that affects people that can actually make change. No. That's what people fail to realize. They think, okay, we're going to march, hold hands with everybody, but the people that make policy, they're the ones you didn't really look at.
Read on.
Okay.
And it's funny. It's comical what they're doing.
Right.
Everybody's, jovial in the streets.
Right.
No laws are being changed.
Nothing.
Somebody can, I guarantee you, mark our words, the police will kill one of us again.
Yes.
Watch. You will see it. We keep saying it over and over and over again.
And you know what's comical too? Laws are changed every day up there in Capitol Hill. We even read it when we read it in the Maccabees. They're doing the same thing they were doing back during the time of the Greeks and the Romans.
Mm-hmm.
They politic every day. So you mean to tell me that happened almost a month ago what happened with George Floyd? You mean to tell me they can do other things quickly and expedite it, so they couldn't make no other kind of laws to classify certain things that, you know what I'm saying?
When it comes to foreign laws, when it comes to
Right.
trade, when it comes to money, they
Right.
can, when it comes to doing things outsourced,
Right.
they expedient.
That's where you make your moves. All this marching and stuff, protesting ain't going to change nothing.
Nah.
We done did that how many times? No justice, no peace of mind.
And let me say this too, you 100% right, because then you start looking at it, who's at fault?
Right.
Everybody's pointing at everybody else. The finger is just going in a circle.
Right.
But when you understand it's the system itself,
Exactly.
of Babylon the Great, the system that the so-called white man has set up is it's got a chain around the people's neck, and the people are in a laughable delusion.
And let's just face it. In this country's inception, were we really in mind? The laws were not made for, these things were not made for us. So why are everybody looking like, okay, well, now we need to reform? Hey, this is the way their forefathers was thinking. So that stuff gets passed down generation after generation. And it just goes to show you this being taught. So that's why these people, we showed the order, we showed the people that's in power, they got mad at us. That's the truth, because those people living 100 years old. You think they're not passing that stuff down to their people?
Mm-hmm.
Come on, let's not be stupid. We know what time it is with that. Okay, Ray.
We've seen it. We've been in the midst of it. We tried to make some changes
Right.
and do things, but you're fighting a losing battle. If you do not return back to the commandments,
Exactly.
you will die. Period.
And that's scripture. It tells you that. That's why we might have to read that, brother.
Yeah,
at some point.
Yeah, I mean, it's sad because it's happening.
Right.
Let's go to Job chapter 9. Yeah, we know we would be, if you continue reading this psalm, to say we'd be happy. We'll be happy. All right, as God's people, we would be happy. But you can't say that you're God's people and you do not listen to what he says. You're in a doctrine that's telling you Christ done away with the commandments. That's a lie.
Yep. That's right.
Job 9, start at verse 24.
Oh. The book of Job, chapter 9 and verse 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof.
Replaced it with itself, just like you seen the book of the law was replaced with their images. Come on.
If not, where and who is he?
Come on.
Wow. Verse 25. Now my days are swifter than a post. They flee away. They see no good.
They see no good. If you have, for those who had mothers and fathers and grandfathers and everything that passed away, ask yourself a question. Did they see good? Let's just ask if you can. You got to look at that.
That's true.
Right now, you might have family members that have passed away. Did they see good, or did they see the same things we're seeing?
That's true.
Read on.
Verse 26. They are passed away as the swift ships, as the eagle that hasteth to the prey.
Come on.
If I say I will forget my complaint, I will leave off my heaviness and comfort myself. Verse 28.
How is that possible? You leaving off your complaint. How would you do that? So let's say this man goes and you know what? We're going to give reparations. We're going to put some laws in place. Are you going to go back to sleep? Are you going to stop your little marching?
Yep.
Why? You're still not at your rest. You still don't have your own land. Still don't have your language back. Come on.
That actually would pacify people. It would actually shut them down.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 28. I am afraid of all my sorrows. I know that thou would not hold me innocent.
You see that? Even though you're seeing injustice and you're being sorrowful, if you don't return back to the commandments, you're not held innocent.
Nope.
Come on.
Verse 29. If I be wicked, why then labor I in vain?
So how you going to, what are you marching for? How you saying that you believe in God and God is about love and unity, but you're not keeping commandments? It's all in vain then.
That's true.
Come on.
Verse 30. If I wash myself with snow water.
If I wash myself with snow water, come on.
And make my hands never so clean.
And make my hands never so clean. Pay attention. Come on.
Yet shalt thou plunge me in the ditch.
Come on.
And mine own clothes
shall abhor me. So spiritually, this talking about, if you are trying to do something in a manner of being clean or being pure in the eyesight of God, but you're doing it in the wrong manner. You're doing it without the Spirit. You're doing it in snow water. Snow water is cold. Let's say you fall in a ditch. You got snow water on you. You're freezing. You're gonna have to your clothes is gonna abhor you. Meaning you gotta take that off, or else you will freeze to death.
Hypothermia.
Right. So your own clothes is gonna abhor you. Right. The Bible is showing us when you do things, you have to do it according to God's law, according to his word, just like Christ did. Christ didn't come and fool with the Romans. You don't see Christ talking about, let me get a meeting with Caesar.
No, with Pontius Pilate.
Pontius Pilate. Let me get some meetings going on so we can make some policies.
Exactly. We need to get some things done for our people. Our people in captivity, so we need to go talk to the.
Yeah, we're gonna talk to the authorities and see what's. No, he came. He taught the people to come out of their mind state. That's why he was dangerous. Right. Come out of the mind state of Rome, aka America. Come back to following what God says. I'm gonna show you the highest level of the understanding of the law, even though you had some holy rollers there that didn't understand the Pharisees, all right? But the Lord said in Matthew 20:23, all what they bid you, observe and do. Just do not after they works, for they say and do not. That's the same thing in the churches. Read on.
Verse 32, for he is not a man as I am, that I should answer him.
So why are you going to complain on what the Lord say do this? Why would you go back and be like, no, I'm not doing it? Oh, I don't believe that this says that. It's wrong. You guys are wrong. But meanwhile, everything we've been saying has been coming to pass.
That's right.
All of the debts, all of the murders, all of the things in the streets committed by our people and the so-called white man to other nations. We've been saying it. It's happening over and over again. And you too dumb and blind not to realize it.
But you know what it is, though? Oh, the message is coming from us. So what it is, you know how some people, see, when it comes from people that look like them or people that make sense, they don't like it's pride. Instead of them saying, because, they don't want to be wrong. So the pride level is so high, they'll be like, okay, well, the spirit can't be with these brothers that's out here teaching. So evidently, I'm not going to trust what they say, even though it's strictly from the scriptures. It just shows you something. That's how people are.
It's what's embedded in us. Like you had the go to that video, the Black Lives Matters dude, the demonstrator. It's the same thing that's in our people that over and over again puts us in a crutch because we don't realize God's judgments. We don't understand his laws. Watch this. This is the same. Look at the mentality, all right, of our people all over the world. Now, I think this was in Australia, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it's either there or London. It was either there or London. Yeah. It's either there or London. I don't know. But watch this.
The powerful picture of a black protester carrying a white man to safety is going viral on social media at the moment. This all happened during clashes on Saturday between Black Lives Matter demonstrators and far-right groups in London. Patrick Hutchinson says he picked the man up after noticing he was injured and carried him to police nearby to keep him safe. For more on this pretty unforgettable image, and Salma Abdulaziz at London's Waterloo Station, where these clashes broke out on Saturday, really is an amazing image. Tell us more about the man and his motives.
That's exactly right, Michael. And those steps just behind me there is actually where this whole scene unfolded. There were right-wing demonstrators clashing with supporters of the Black Lives Matter movement. Now, the Black Lives Matter movement had actually canceled demonstrations for the weekend, but Patrick Hutchinson says he knew that there would be young supporters of the movement that would come out, that he wanted to act as a peace.
The Eagle is global. If you didn't pay attention, I think they've got London up there, but they said right wing. The same talking points. It's not just America. It's not just America, boys and girls. They're over there politicking. All the politics. All right. This man has set up a system that has got the world in disarray. This is all the way over there. They got Black Lives Matter over there. Is that? I mean, look at how this is what the power of social media can do. But you have Black Lives Matter now all over the world. You got people in China writing BLM. Watch this. Come on. Yeah.
Take a look at our interview.
Yes, that is me in that photograph.
Can you describe to me what's happening in this picture?
My friends and I sort of put a cordon around this man. He was sort of on the stairs, lying in the fetal position, with anything was about to happen to him. The first time I saw him was when I sort of climbed underneath him to go and pick him up.
And you could have looked at this man and thought, he is my enemy. Why did you choose to help him?
There was a particular thought that I had that, you have to show some sort of, love for your fellow man, okay, regardless, because I was saying that if the other 3 officers that were present when George Floyd was unfortunately murdered, if just one of them had stepped in and stopped, their fellow officer from doing what he did, he'd be alive today.
Pause.
And
he's right. He's 100% correct. But somebody else should have stepped in when the officers was doing that too, if that's the case. Not just the officer, but somebody else that was filming George Floyd should have stepped in as well. So it becomes now a point of, look at our people's spirit, though. Look at the spirit behind it. Yeah, they beating his butt. He was against it. They used the word right wing, politics. And he's about to get stomped out. He picks him up and carries him to a safe place. Inherently, if you look at the spirit within our people, it's a spirit to just try to do righteousness, just on any level. But not understanding if you're doing your own righteousness, it's not going to trump what the Most High says. All right? He probably going to go right back out to another rally or whatever the case may be, and they stump him out again. The problem comes in, folks, is that we have to learn to stop doing these things. We're marching, we're screaming, we're trying to raise awareness of what? They're not changing anything. It's reality. Like, this is before we were born. If you just keep going all the way back, we're still doing marches. The Lord wanted quiet in the streets. Just keep commandments. That's really it. You got to understand that. Now, let's stay in Job. Go to Job 23 in verse 2. I got another clip for y'all. It's just some crazy things. Let's go. Let's read that.
Okay. The book of Job, chapter 23 and verse 2. Even today is my complaint bitter.
Even today is my complaint bitter. It don't never end. Come on.
My stroke is heavier than my groaning.
My stroke is heavier than my groaning. Now, why is that so important? Because you have to realize you can complain, you can do all kinds of things, but you're complaining to the wrong people.
That's right.
You're supposed to be complaining to the Most High. Your complaint supposed to be to the Most High to remove us from this hard yoke, this hard bondage that is set before us. We have Christ. We have Christ. It should be over with.
Because the illusion is they want us to not believe this and have faith in it.
Mm-hmm.
Because if Satan can keep your mind on him,
Mm-hmm.
on coming to him for change, then because here's the thing, they do know this much. A power is coming to destroy this place.
Yep.
They know that.
Oh, yeah.
For a certain.
Oh, yeah.
You know, that's why they want to hold on to their power.
Mm-hmm. Go to a cop that was trying to arrest the wrong guy last year. Watch this. It's continual. Watch this, y'all. Some of y'all might have seen this. Come on. That's all right. Watch this.
He don't even know my name and tell him I have a warrant. What did he do? That's what I'm saying. For what? For what? From Louisiana. For what? For what? Yeah. I don't even live in Louisiana, so how do I have a... You don't know my name, so how can you tell me I have an open warrant in Louisiana? Sir, stop. Clarence, okay, but you know your phone. Sir. You just pulled up in front of my house and then I don't trust, because you shaking like you scared or something.
Okay.
He don't live in Louisiana. I don't even live in Louisiana. How the hell would I have a warrant in Louisiana? Quentin, you already said your name was that. My name is not Quentin. What the f is wrong with you?
Sir, his name is not Quentin.
Then let's see the ID will be done.
Okay, hold on.
It's getting different names. You walked up and told me 3 different names.
Hold on.
The third name you just no.
Clint.
No, I'm not gonna be the next you feel.
No. His name is not Quentin.
Quentin. Let's do this and be done. I got no problem because I got you just stopped in front of my house. Yes, I know who you are. What's my name? Man, that. You shaking like you scared. I'm not gonna let you put me in here.
Please stop. Please stop.
My name is not no fucking Quentin. You don't even know my name and tell me I got a warrant in Louisiana? Yes. So I look like a... Show me the picture. Show me the picture.
Okay, wait.
Just walk with me. No, walk with me.
Please, he's not going nowhere. He's not going nowhere.
I need your supervisor. I am the supervisor. Come on. Well, let me see your stripes. Well, I need somebody here to bring the car. No, you're not going to give me to your car. No. Sir. Put my yard on my property.
Calm down.
Stop. You stop.
Who are you looking for? His name is not Quentin.
You think I'm looking because I got dreads or something? You just pulled up in front of my house and told me I got a warrant in Louisiana. So what? That's my dog.
That's our dog. That's our dog. Go in the house.
Look, man.
Sir, that's our dog.
Don't you touch me while you shaking. You need to step back and calm down. No, that. Get my phone out of the car. There you got him running. Get my phone out.
Calm down.
Here's the deal. Doesn't that look a lot like you? No, don't look like
That's
me.
not him.
What's wrong with you, man? What you trying to say? Because I got dreads and I'm black, that's me? No.
That's not him.
She can see that's not me from over there.
No, what?
Stop. My name, you ain't got no. You ain't.
No, please stop. Please stop. Please leave him alone, please. No, please, that is not him. Please leave him alone.
Man, get out of my yard, man. No, you need to get the fuck out of my yard. You just said I'm somebody named Quentin. You got dreads and he black.
Come on.
What the f is that?
Okay, come on.
Nah, fuck that. Okay. Now you want to leave, right?
No, I want to do reporting.
No, you need to get somebody here that's over you because you just made the biggest mistake.
Why?
How the f you pull in front of my yard because I'm black with dreads and tell me I got a warrant?
Okay.
You
just
racist.
my kids was out here. No.
One of my f***ing kids.
Okay.
Get him out. So we had to show it to y'all. So this was last year. So the point that we're showing is that the level of the system, what the system can do. The system has given certain authorities for these folks to be able to harass to the point where they have to kill us. And once one of us dies, a ton of money is made, a ton of money, because here come all the publicity. Here come all the news broadcasts. If the news is at high ratings now, because everything that's happening. Oh, what that means, you got to pay us to get commercials. Oh, what does that mean? We're going to drag this out for 6 months. We're going to have news cameras at the courtrooms, the proceedings, the hearings, and everything. This is big money playing with folks' lives.
You know what's scary about that? Look at how many innocent brothers and sisters are locked up because of stuff like that. Because they feel like they can just snatch you up. Because think about it, that's not kidnapping. They can snatch you up anytime they want to based on suspicion. And we'll just figure it out later.
And you don't think white people know that? Go to Karen. You don't think white people know that? Listen to this. This is the point that this is the change that's happening on the earth. You have a generation that grew up with hip hop, everybody grew up together. They're like, can see it. They're going, oh no, we know she's racist. She don't even need to be doing that. She's scared of black people. She using this to exploit or whatever, or he doing this or that. They can understand it. Then you have the generation who's ruling everything above them. What does this tell us? Put in the comment boards. Right now, we live in the greatest time known to man. The generation right now is out in the streets. White, black, Chinese, Arab, whatever you want. They all in the streets together talking about unity. The generation that's above them, they got to die. They old. Eventually they dying off. If the Lord don't come back, they going to die. Who's going to take their place? What is this showing y'all? This should show you something. Now watch. This is why the high level anger is up in that upper tier is so mad. Because they can't even control their kids now. Let's play it.
The woman who's been dubbed Central Park Karen has lost her job. She lost her dog. And now, apparently, that's what it took for her to apologize and to realize that what she pulled off in Central Park is just disgusting. If you've seen this video, it is startling. A woman in New York City, in Central Park, walking her dog, but
Tell them whatever you like. Call the class. Don't come close to me.
Where she's clearly trying to frame him.
Would you please stop? Sir, I'm asking you to stop.
Please don't come close to me.
Sir, I'm asking you to stop recording me.
Please don't come close to me.
Please take your phone off.
Please don't come close to
And
me.
I'm taking pictures and calling the cops.
Please call the cops. Please call the cops.
I'm going to tell them there's an African-American man threatening my life.
Please tell them whatever you like.
I'm in the ramble.
Pause.
Man, African-American.
She's like, I'm going to tell them that it's an African-American man threatening my life.
And this right here should make you brothers realize something. You see how easy it is for Karen to say, it reminds me, remember Susan Smith back in 94, they killed her, she drowned the children. Remember that?
Yeah, she tried to blame,
She tried to blame a black man for that. Yeah. And she drowned the and believe it or not, people believed it.
Well, Emmett Till.
Exactly.
All the whole, they showed you that in Rosewood, the movie Rosewood.
Exactly.
He raped me. It was a black man.
And she was having an affair with the local sheriff.
Mm-hmm. Come on, go back to her. Pay attention, y'all. This is who y'all want to be like.
He has a fight behind him. He's recording me and threatening me and my dog.
Rewind it.
There is an African. I'm in the ramble, and there is a man, African American. He has a bike behind him. He's recording me and threatening me and my dog.
Threatening her and her dog.
There is an African American man.
Look at her dog.
He's recording me and threatening myself and my dog.
Look at the dog. The dog caught the spirit on him for a minute. He tried to attack her.
I mean, that's
Get her off of there, man. Screaming, please send the cops immediately. Are you kidding me?
But you know something? You know what's sad about that, y'all? She knows the reaction. Generally speaking, she knows that the cops will really show up and pull the pistol on that brother and probably kill him. She knows that. And that goes to some of you brothers that's in these interracial relationships, too. You keep on thinking that won't ever happen to you. Get into a situation where she gets pissed off at your behind and call the police on you, and you best believe they may come and start blazing on you. Because she knows the power. She knows this is her kingdom. She knows that. That's why she's able to do that with such ease. And who knows how many other brothers she did that to.
Well, we're exploited on such a high level just in this place. Go to the mass bank. Because we have to show you bank robbery. Look, pay attention, y'all. This stuff you can't even make up. And this is the pitfalls of being in this country and why we have to keep commandments. Watch this. Come on. It's crazy, isn't it?
We show you surveillance photos like these all the time, and maybe you recognize the person in the video, but your eyes can deceive you even about your own child.
Yeah, that's really true. And tonight, we actually show you a stunning local case that will make you scratch your head a little bit and wonder if what you just saw was indeed real.
And it also illuminates what prosecutors say is a real problem. Eyewitness accounts. They say they're so unreliable, they may just be the worst kind of evidence.
In 2010, he held up multiple tri-state banks, and the surveillance video hit probably every newscast in Cincinnati.
It's something you would see in a Hollywood movie. I don't think any of us has seen anybody do anything like this.
Talks about killing cops. This is the bank robber.
We believe to be an African-American male.
Hamilton County Prosecutor Joe Dieter says people were convinced they knew this guy.
We had it on video.
They pointed at the same guy, the same house. They were sure it was this man.
Put out a Crime Stoppers tip, and we got about 5 or 6, 7 phone calls. I know that guy. He lives on this street. He lives in this particular house. And when the detectives went to that house, they knocked on the door. His mom answered it. She said, "I know why you're here. I just saw on television my son robbing a bank."
This is that woman's son. Take a look. He looks incredibly like the guy in the surveillance video. Police took the son, whose identity we were not given, into custody. Then they got a call from another woman who said they had the wrong guy, that it was her boyfriend who robbed the bank, and this is her boyfriend, Conrad Zerdiak.
The perpetrator was white as could be. He had bought a theatrical mask from Beverly Hills, which cost a few $1,000s. And
stop.
It's very
Get him off of there. Get him out of here. Man had a theatrical mask. A theatrical mask. Black. Oh, I gotta put on black because it's more plausible. They'll never guess it's me. And the Most High put the spirit on his wife, the woman, to go, no, it was him. What did he do in his life? Because his own woman turned on him. The Most High, that show you how the Most High is shining a light on a lot of things. This man had on a mask, a black mask. That goes to show you a lot of the crime and a lot of things that happens, they contributed to the black man. Not even him. Not even him. But the thing is that what does that do? That raises anxiety. They could have went in there and killed that man. They could have killed him because he looked like the mask. That who should be in trouble is the person who made that mask. But they ain't gonna fool with those. They ain't gonna fool with Hollywood, the Jewish folks in Hollywood. Nah, fake Jews in Hollywood. They're not even gonna leave them alone. All right, all the bankers and the people who have the money, leave them alone. But meanwhile, that kind of stuff happens. You folks got to see it for what it really is. All right, let's stay in the Book of Psalms real quick. Let's go to the Book of Psalms, chapter 55. Yeah, verse 2. That's crazy.
The Book of Psalms, chapter 55 and verse 2. Attend unto me and hear me. I mourn in my complaint.
I mourn in my complaint. Come on.
And make a noise. Verse 3.
And make a noise. Come on.
Because the voice of the enemy. Because of the oppression of the wicked.
Wait a minute. Nah. You got to be kidding me. Because wait a minute. Isn't David saying this? Yeah, David's saying this. All right. Read it again.
It says here, Psalms chapter 55 and verse 3, because of the voice of the enemy, because of the oppression of the wicked,
come on,
for they cast iniquity upon me, and in wrath they hate me.
In wrath they hate me.
Just show the example.
He's showing you the example right there. use say you a black person, and they'll believe it because they already got the stigmata on them.
Yep.
You're not known. What that means, folks, is we're not known for righteousness. Because if you was known for righteousness, somebody will go, it could never be a black person. That's somebody wearing a mask.
Right.
Nah.
Right.
Nah. Think about it. Come on.
Verse 4. My heart is sore pain within me, and the terrors of death are fallen upon me.
The terrors of death falling upon me. Meaning, that's why a lot of folks is so scared and upset and crying and all that kind of other stuff. But you got to think about it. This stuff has been happening for a very long time. Come on.
Verse 5. Fearfulness and trembling are come upon me, and horror hath overwhelmed me.
You know what makes me think of something else? There's another video about a guy who was in a T-Mobile, or he was in a some type of cell phone shop. Go to that video, see if you can find it. It's like he was like, I've been killing y'all for killing his kind. Yeah, it was an Edomite going off. I think go to the video. You see a video on it? Yeah, put it on. Watch this. Go to about this 5-minute and 15-second mark. Yeah. Yep. 5-minute, 15-second mark. Watch this, y'all.
It's going what it's going to. Because I've been killing his kind for longer than you've probably been alive.
I'm older than you, dude.
How old do you think you are? How old do you think I am?
How old do I think I am? I'm 55 years old.
That's cute.
Okay.
His kind, I've been killing for almost 20 years. I've been on 5 different continents. Hence the reason he brought his uncle to come handle shit for him.
Well,
I really don't give a shit
Pause.
about...
That man said, I've been killing his kind. He talking about the Arab guy that was behind the counter. He said, I've been killing his kind for 20 years. I've been on 5 different continents. Well, the devil does travel to and fro, seeking whom he can devour. He just said it. Rewind it.
His kind are the reason our country's going what it's going to. Because I've been killing his kind for longer than you've probably been alive.
I'm older than you, dude.
How old do you think you are? How old do you think I am?
How old do I think I am? I'm 55 years old.
That's cute.
Okay.
His kind, I've been killing for almost 20 years. I've been on 5 different continents. Hence the reason he brought his uncle to come handle shit for him.
Well,
I really don't give a shit about some little peon Arab who actually doesn't even belong here.
We were in line first.
Yes.
We were actually trying to get service. And
Oh,
you just
sweetie, you're fine. I thought you worked here.
Okay.
He nice to her. Sweetie,
That's
you're
fine.
fine.
Yeah, it is fine.
She called the police on him. Go. Get him out of there. Get him out of there. They called the police on him. This is the devil travels to and fro. Now let's go back to the scripts. We're just showing you reality at this point, all right? What you're dealing with is beyond what your eyes can see. This is spiritual. It's a spiritual battle going on, and if you don't have your spiritual antennas up, you're losing. You're not going to really see it. All right? Let's read it again.
The book of Psalms, chapter 55 and verse 4. My heart is sore pain within me. And the terrors.
And the what?
And the terrors.
And the terrors. Come on.
Of death are fallen upon me.
Come on.
Fearfulness and trembling are come upon me, and horror hath overwhelmed me. And I said, oh, that I had wings like a dove.
Oh, if I had wings like a dove. Come on.
For then would I fly away and be at rest.
For then will I fly away and be at rest. This is high-level oppression. If you don't want this place
I know that's right.
to end, if you want to stay without your homeland, without having your own language, without having your people together in unity, without being able to go into the streets in peace, see your kids raised up, see your families and everything be in safety and in peace, then something is wrong with you.
That's right.
You think that you can accomplish that by going to the White House or going to legislating or the Congress, whoever it is, the senators, how are you going to accomplish it? Because the system is layered to destroy.
That's right.
They're still going overseas killing people. Read on.
Verse 7. Lo, then would I wander far off and remain in the wilderness, Selah.
He said, I'd rather remain in the wilderness, Selah. Meaning somewhere far off away from the place that's beating us and killing us and having oppression. Let's go to Proverbs. Proverbs chapter 1. Everybody want the happy topics and all the stuff, and this chaos going on around us. And we need to repent. We need to clean ourselves up because we're saying Black Lives Matter, but we're still in chaos and killing each other and hating each other and everything else. You can't even tag a person on this video without them catching an attitude. But yet our people are dying in the streets. People should be open to solutions right now.
Right. Here we got the solution of God's word, the same God that people say they believe in, but yet they cast it away. Amazing.
Proverbs 1.
Right.
Start at verse 20.
Proverbs chapter 1 and verse 20. Wisdom crieth without. She uttereth her voice in the streets.
Her voice is in the streets. Come on.
She crieth in the chief place of concourse. And the openings of the gates. In the city she uttereth her word, saying, how long, ye simple ones?
How long, ye simple ones? Come on.
Will ye love simplicity?
Will you love simplicity? You keep doing the same things over and over again. Read.
And the scorners.
And the scorners. Come on.
Delight in their scorning.
In their scorning, hanging our people, beating them, killing, doing all kind of things, showing you that the system can do nothing. You got police chiefs now resigning because they know we don't want we know we can't stop this. Come on.
And fools.
And what?
And fools.
The people who don't want to follow God's words, the Bible calls you a fool. Read.
Hate knowledge.
Because you hate knowledge. Because you hate knowledge. Come on.
Turn you at my reproof.
You want to turn away from God's reproof, from God's correction? Read.
Behold, I will pour out my spirit unto you. I will make known my words unto you.
The Lord say He's going to make you understand that this is the truth. That's why you seeing all of these things. It's going to get worse. Read.
Verse 24. Because I have called and ye refuse.
Because He called and you refuse. Come on.
I have stretched out my hand. And no man regarded.
And no man regarded. Come on.
But ye have set at naught all my counsel.
You put aside God's counsel. No man is regarding it. They put aside it. They looking to complain, a bitter complaint to the so-called white man, when you should really be understanding, we got to file our complaint with the Most High. Read.
And with none of my reproof.
And you don't want none of his corrections. Come on.
Verse 26. I also will laugh at your calamity.
You're going to laugh at the calamities. Come on.
I will mock when your fear cometh.
When your fear cometh, he mocking. Move the hedge of protection. Now you seeing folks do all kind of things. The line is drawn in the sand. Read.
When your fear.
When what?
When your fear.
When your fear, come on.
Cometh as desolation.
Remember, the fear cometh as desolation. You're going to know that there's no other way. Read.
And your destruction.
And what?
And your destruction.
And the destruction, come on.
Cometh as a whirlwind.
Come on.
When distress and anguish cometh upon you.
When distress and anguish cometh upon you, the Israelites. All right? But there's hope. Read. Then what?
Then.
Come on.
Shall they call upon me.
Come on.
But I will not answer.
The Lord says he's not going to answer you. The Lord says he's not going to answer. Come on.
They shall seek me early.
Come on.
But they shall not find me.
Why?
For that they hated knowledge.
That's the reason. So you got this is your hope.
Yep.
This is the answer. The reason why God is not intervening because you hate knowledge. Read it again.
The book of Proverbs chapter 1, verse 29. For that they hated knowledge and did not choose the fear of the Lord.
Yeah, you didn't choose the fear of the Lord. You didn't choose the wisdom to come back to keep His commandments in Christ. Read.
They would none of my counsel.
You don't want to counsel out of the Bible. Let's see what we can do here. You want to counsel with the Black Lives Matter, the Black Chamber of Commerce, whatever it is. You know, you want to go all around the hoops when the word is right here.
You want to tell everybody go vote.
Yeah, go vote. Go vote. Not going to work. Read.
They despise all my reproof.
Last year people voted. Look at what happened this year.
Exactly.
Come on.
Verse 31. Therefore, should they eat of the fruit of their own way.
We kill each other. They kill us. We don't care about each other. They don't care about us. Read.
And be filled.
And what?
And be filled.
Come on.
With their own devices.
Come on.
For the turning away of the simple shall slay them.
For the turning away of the simple shall slay them. Come on.
And the prosperity of fools.
And the prosperity doctrine of fools. Read.
Shall destroy them.
Shall destroy them. Whoever don't want to fall in line with this book will be destroyed if you do not follow Christ in the keeping of the commandments. The book of Acts, chapter 5 and verse 29.
Book of Acts, chapter 5, verse 29.
Come on.
Then Peter and the other apostles answered and said, we ought to obey God rather than men.
Not too long tonight.
Right.
Start reading the Bible. We're going to follow the Most High rather than following man. Don't worry about folks that don't believe this. All right? The Lord say He's going to slay the simple. Okay? We got to understand our responsibility as true believers. We're going to keep coming together, keep reading God's word, keep following His commandments so that you can be safe. All right? So that you can be safe. All praises to the Most High in Christ. You folks continue to study. Continue to do that which is righteous. Let those folks do whatever they're doing because there's still a death angel out here. You better understand that. All right? Visit IsraeliteSaintsOfChrist.org. All right? I know y'all devils been spamming it and doing all kind of stuff. All right? But all praises to the Most High. The truth is still getting out to our people because the truth is not just online or on TV or anything. It's in the streets. All right? Where the watchman is at. All praises for his watchman. All right? With that, y'all, we're going to say shalom.